Hello there everybody, I'm King Kami-sama and welcome back to my channel. So for today's house building video, we are going to be building a house that I'm going to use for a new mini series that I want to do for my channel. It is going to be called the Garden of Eden Challenge, and I'm going to talk more about that later. But pretty much the challenge is all about being self-sufficient, and the Sims are not allowed to leave this house. So the house is going to be a bunker style house. There are two levels. The lower level is going to be the main residential level, while the upper level is going to be more of the access level slash the prison level and stuff. I'm going to talk more about that when we get there, but pretty much this is going to be partially submerged underground because of course you need that so that your Sims will be able to survive the apocalypse pretty much. So I'm just making it look really sturdy and strong by adding all these walls and stuff so that it would look like it would actually survive the apocalypse. So yeah, the part of the challenge is, like I've said, the Sims are not allowed to leave the house. So there is a huge courtyard in the middle of the lot where our Sims could plant their crops and also fish for some food because that is pretty much their only way of survival and stuff. And yeah, so it is also, yeah, we are in Oasis Landing, which is the new world that came with Into the Future, and I chose this lot because it was the most remote lot like ever because I don't want Sims to be snooping around our bunker because if they do, part of the challenge is that if the Sim is accessible through if you can grab a sim using the move objects sheet, then they will immediately be placed in a jail cell. So I actually have a couple of those built, and yeah, I know it's a little bit cruel, but they will be left to die there. But this does not apply to teens below, so just adults and stuff. So yeah, pretty much the idea of this came from Midnight Sun Challenge, as well as like the Big Brother reality TV show. If you guys are familiar with that, I'm pretty sure you are. And yeah, but the Sims are not allowed to leave the house, and they're gonna grow their own food though. So what I used for the roof is a reflective material because I kind of wanted to feel like solar panels so that they could be independent from with their electricity needs and stuff like that. So, yeah, I chose this lot because it was the most remote, and the lot I chose was the lot where we had the crash site. So you're gonna have to replace that if you guys want to do the challenge or just want to put this lot in your world in Oasis Landing. You're gonna put that there. It is a 40 by 40 lot, and yeah, there is a huge corridor in the middle that has a pond so that we can fish and stuff. So yeah, and there's also a pond for during the winter time. It's kind of a reservoir kind of thing, so that our Sims could survive by fishing during the winter time because the pond it freezes during the winter, so our Sims are gonna be in trouble. And let's see here. So yeah, this area that I'm doing now is so that the plants also go dormant during winter. So this area is for like winter crops and stuff so that they would survive as well. And let's see here. So I'm just pretty much fixing the corridor because I want it to look really techno and futuristic and stuff. That's why. And now I'm working on the bathrooms. I noticed that I didn't put a sink, but in this like utilitarian kind of setting, we really don't need to be super nitpicky, so I really didn't care. And I put glass doors because Sims really don't care, and it kind of made it look like intimidating in a way and kind of scary, but yeah, whatever. There's also no kitchen on this lot. Take note of that because they're gonna have to eat the plants right off the get-go without cooking it. Or I'm actually gonna put a fire pit so they could at least like heat whatever they're gonna eat, like fish or whatever and stuff like that. So these are the jail cells that I'm talking about. So the Sims that trespass on our lot are gonna be imprisoned in them, and these are like the quantum power packs. If I want to send our Sims to hibernate or whatever, or enter stasis and stuff. So That is definitely an option. And the challenge is going to last for several generations. So hopefully I will last that long because hopefully our Sims will survive, first of all, because like I've said, they're not allowed to leave the house. And for the finishing touches, I'm just gonna put pretty much every base game spawner, as well as some spawners that came with Into the Future and Late Night, as well as some spawners from Island Paradise, just because, it is the Garden of Eden. So they pretty much have all they need. Like literally all they need are just some skill levels so that they can catch whatever it is that they need. So all spawners, gems, insects, butterflies, and all that shiz. So for the bedrooms, I chose a very cold and frigid color scheme because it's not about comfort, it's about survival. That's like the tagline for this challenge. So, Sims shouldn't be picky and all that stuff. And for the last touch, I'm gonna smooth the ground around the area, yeah. And I'm gonna put like a fire pit so that our Sims could at least roast um the food before they cook. Okay, guys, so I think I'm gonna cut right now and I'm going to be talk about the house once it's done. Alrighty, guys? Okay, guys, we're back, and before getting into the gameplay, let me show you guys around the house really quickly. So as you guys can see, all the spawners took effect, and there are some minor changes. Like I've added some energy-saving solar panels as well as some windmills, and I messed around with the trees a bit and planted these stuff around and stuff, but pretty much everything is still the same. Um so um this is the main entrance area, and once the challenge starts, these two doors, which are the only way in and out of the house, are going to be deleted. So immediately after that, there are a set of stairs that lead you to this door that leads to the courtyard. So this is like the decontamination chamber or whatever. And this hallway over here has all the jail cells. Same with this other side. So if any Sims try to trespass on our lot, and like for example zombies during the full moon, because full moon will be enabled, so if we have any zombies snooping around eating our plants, they will be put here, and I'm just gonna leave them there for whatever happens. If they survive, they will. If they die, then they die. That's life. And then the end of the hallway leads you to this place where we have all the quantum chambers or whatever, where your Sims could enter stasis or enter the power suit. Now let me tell you guys about the challenge. So I'm not gonna go in too deep because, of course, I'm gonna talk more about it once the challenge is actually starting. But the challenge requires our Sims to survive several generations, an X number of generations, without leaving this house. So pretty much what they're gonna do to survive is they're gonna have to plant their way and fish their way to earning some money, and then we could probably buy a computer, or we can buy like some skill building items to make give us some more additional income. But pretty much that is the main goal, to survive several generations. So let me just start the gameplay here real quickly. So yeah, after you descend the stairs, we have the courtyard here, which is filled with stuff. Like literally it has like crazy amount of spawners. There's some insects over here, there's some mosquitoes, there's some fish, there's some bugs, there's some seeds, and there's also some rocks and shit. So yeah, there is a lot. That's why it is called the Garden of Eden. But our Sims do not have access to all of this from the get-go because they have to level up their skill, especially the fishing and the gardening, to be able to plant and to be able to catch some fish. So these are the bathrooms. I noticed I didn't put like any double beds, but don't worry. In order to woohoo, the Sims could just use the shower, so they could have the option to woohoo with and all that stuff. And so yeah, this area is pretty much the reservoir, so that during the winter time when this main fishing area freezes over, we have a backup area over here. And over here is like kind of a greenhouse, but there's really like no access to sunlight whatsoever. So this is like the seedling bank, as I'd like to call it, where we could plant seeds, and there's a bug inside. How to get there? So yeah, we can plant seeds during the winter time, so we can also survive. So yeah, and of course the bedrooms over here, and there's some extra rooms for like skill items or for additional members to the household and all that stuff. So yeah, you know what guys, I think that is going to be the end of this video. Watch out for the challenge because I'm pretty sure it's going to be fun. So yeah, and if you guys also want to do the challenge yourself, this building will be available for download really soon. So watch on that. All the links will be in the description below. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm King Kami-sama, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.